So next, I want to really talk about a topic that is super important for fellow O.I.ers like myself. And that is a huge question that I get asked like all the time. And it's, what is the best workout for me if I have O.I.? Now, honestly, I get this question like all the time. I get it through, people reach out to me on social. They reach out to me through my website. And I do get a lot of various questions because I am a certified personal trainer and I can help, and I have an online platform and whatnot, and I coach people one-on-one. So I get a lot of questions, but I've really found that this question is one that I get a lot. So I'm going to answer the question. We're going to talk about it. So number one is, there isn't really a best exercise for O.I. There's not like one exercise or one workout that can be qualified as the best for someone with O.I. Since we have all varying degrees of severity of the O.I., you have to understand that we're all different. Even fellow type 1, fellow type 3s, everyone has their own little variation of it. So all of the exercise that is involved and all of the workouts that are involved are going to be different. Now, I run a Facebook group called Fitness, Nutrition, and Wellness for O.I. And in that group, we talk about it. A lot of people, will post questions and people will give advice and whatnot. And it's great. We have a lot of great interaction. But what I have been seeing happen there is that we are all very different. So the advice is, we got to take it with a grain of salt each time. So when it comes to whatever, what types of exercises you can do, what type of workouts you should do, it's really individual. So when it comes to the best exercise, there is really not one that I can say is the best, but I will talk about a form of exercise that I feel is good. But I did want to talk about what are ways to kind of get into exercising so that you can discover what is going to be the best for you, because it is so individual. I want you to be aware of these things as you're going into it, especially with O.I. I mean, we have to be careful, guys. I mean, that's like the whole thing. I struggled with those words, be careful, like my entire life up until, about 8 years ago when I finally flipped the switch, right? But being careful, we can use it in a positive sense and go into this strategically with proper fitness and with the right mindset so that we can have the best workout or the best exercise for us individually and what will work. Because even for me, like I see people who have O.I. that are doing things that I know I'm not going to be able to do. And then I see that I can do things that other people aren't going to be able to do. So I can't sit here and say, well, this is the best exercise or that's the best exercise. It very much is individual. So the number one thing that you want to think about is you want to start slow. No matter what it is, you want to start slow when it comes to exercise, especially if you have never exercised before. If you have O.I. and you've never exercised, okay, let me run that back real quick. If you don't even have O.I. and you don't even have a physical disability or a disability, you still need to be slow when you go into working out. When we have O.I., you have to take that a little step further and you have to be really, really slow when you start. And you got to make sure that you're doing it properly, right? So that's where, learning really comes into play. Learning about exercise, learning how to move, learning how your body moves, right? And that brings me to point number 2, which is if you have the opportunity to get into physical therapy, then I would suggest you do that if you're starting out. Now, physical therapy is only going to take you so far, and you're only going to get to a certain point. That's why, like a lot of the people that I help are that next step. Like once you're done with physical therapy, you can join the Unbreakable Body platform and you can start exercising and doing the workouts that I can provide, right? As a personal trainer. So I work at that level when you're done with physical therapy. But physical therapy is really good because you can actually start to learn the moves, learn your body, right? You're going to have physical therapists that actually help you with your mechanics and your functionality. And they're going to guide you in a different way. They're actually going to kind of move your body parts for you at points, depending on, what you're working on. So then once you're done with physical therapy, then it's your turn to then start to learn mind-muscle connection, movements. How does your body move? What are your limitations? How do you work around those to still work the muscles, right? So number one, start slow. Number two, if you have an opportunity to get into physical therapy, then I would suggest that you do so. Okay. So those are the first two. Now, the third thing is you want to do something that's fun. Okay. So it doesn't matter what exercise it is or what workout it is. If you don't pick something that's fun, you're not going to want to do it ever again. So again, a lot of people that get into exercise, say you don't even have a disability, people that get into exercise, they see people doing something and they think that that's the thing they need to do. But then they go and try it and it's no fun. And they're just like, dude, this is stupid, right? So they don't ever go back to it. So with OI, with a physical disability, it is an extra step because, when it comes to the physical part of actually moving, possibly lifting weights, moving our bodies in ways that they've never moved before, there's a real quick tendency to not want to do it and just feel like it's not fun. And especially we know because like times when we've had injuries, right? We're super careful about how we move and which way we move and like making sure we don't get hurt. So when it comes to exercise, all those considerations come into play. So we have to make sure it's something that's fun, something that we enjoy, something that it's like, yes, I love doing bicep curls. I love doing bench presses. I love doing squats. So that's one thing. Like for me, I'm able to walk around, use my legs. A lot of O.I.ers can. And when I learned like the proper mechanics of a squat for my body, I love doing squats now. It's great because now I can like stand up from chairs and not have to use my hands. It's pretty amazing. But that was something that like I learned by going slow, getting into it, and then realizing, oh yeah, I like to do squats. So anytime I can do variations and start to do things differently with a squat, I like to do it. It's so weird, right? So that and burpees, I actually like it because I can do a form of it that I love to do. And that's one that people hate, but I love it. So you can see there's different things that you'll be able to do. And it can be something very simple, bicep curls, shoulder presses, shoulder raises. I mean, there are tons of workouts and exercises specifically that you can do that you will end up loving. So those are the three kind of main points. You want to start slow. If you have a chance to get into physical therapy, go ahead and do that first. And then also find physical activities that you feel are fun. Okay. Now, I do want to add one thing in here and just coming off the top. Look for things that you can do just in your everyday life that could be fun too. Because just going out and pushing around in your chair around the block, that's exercise. If you don't use a chair and if you walk like me, just go out and walk for a little bit. Just walk up and down your block, walk around your house, do housework, do stuff around your house that you can do on your feet. If you're in a chair, do things with your upper body, like move things from here to there. Again, all of it with in mind of making sure you're moving correctly so you don't get hurt, but do more things around the house, clean up, move things, just be in movement so that you can start to feel what it's like to have your body, get used to what movement feels like. Okay. So that's an extra one I threw in there. But the last thing that I want to talk about is water therapy, right? Hydrotherapy. And it is super cool. Now, I did a video about this where I do talk about swimming as being one of the best exercises for OI. And it is true because the aquatherapy does have its pros, but it does have its cons. I'm going to link to a video. It's going to be in the show notes, and I'll probably throw it at the end of this video if you just watch to the end. But I do go into specifics about swimming and hydrotherapy and kind of talk about the pros and the cons of that. It is one of the better forms of exercise and forms of movement for us O.I.ers because of the lack of resistance, the different type of resistance. Go and watch the video and you're going to see what I'm talking about. But I'll go ahead and put that link in the description so you can go and check that out. All right. So that's the answer. That's the answer to the big question of what is the best exercise for someone with OI. There's a lot of factors that go into it. And, you really got to think about it. If you have any specific questions about that, go ahead and comment below and let me know. Or you can reach out to me at my website, TonyJacobsen.com, or through my fitness platform online. It's Unbreakable Body. You can find that through my website, TonyJacobsen.com. But go ahead and reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions, because it really is a conversation. It's not just a simple answer that I can give, because I would have to do with, I'd have to ask you some questions as well. So just understand that, okay? But no matter what, you got to get moving. You got to get moving. Movement is so important. So we got to do it in the right ways so that we can start living healthier and get moving with OI, all right? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, it's time to boom, bap, tippity tap that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the little bell icon. You know, you'll get notified and all that good stuff. If you want some more OI-related videos, check it out. They're right over there for your enjoyment. Until next time, get out there, keep breaking berries, not bones. Peace.